As we welcome you into the broadcast booth, hello everybody, alongside Max Schwartzberg and Giovanni Collada, I'm Graham Nash. Well, to find the last time that these two teams played, you've got to go all the way to the beginning of the month of July, which at this point feels like months ago. But Gio, these two teams, both in names on the roster and in style of play, could not look and feel more different. So we welcome you into the broadcast booth, alongside Giovanni Collada and Max Schwartzberg, I'm Graham Nash. Max, the last time that these two teams faced off, it was a very close 3-1 ball game that Hyannis pulled out, but they were the best batting team in the Cape Cod Baseball League then. They're the best batting team in the Cape Cod Baseball League now, so it's going to come down to the pitching for Cotuit. Hello and happy Saturday, everybody. Alongside Max Schwartzberg and Giovanni Collada, I'm Graham Nash. Max, over its last 5 games, Hyannis has taken on the 3 best pitching teams in the Cape Cod Baseball League, and as a result, its batting has really taken a dip. Hyannis had runners in scoring position in both of the first 2 innings. It was only the 4th time over the past 21 games that the Hawks have gotten runners in scoring position in both of the first 2 innings. And surprisingly, the Hawks have only scored in 2 of those games where they've had runners in scoring position in the first 2 frames. 0-1, McKay shows bunt, pulls it back, it's in for strike 2.
I think bunt is the right play here for Mitch Carricker, because if you're trying to generate runs, you've loaded the bases, you're getting some good run along the base paths, and you just haven't gotten the guys in scoring position outside of that second inning. And the bunt's the way to do that.
Runners on first and second, no outs, top of the 5th, 0-0 ball game. McKay foul tips one straight back into the glove of Gavin Kelly. And there's one away in the top of the 5th.
And there's the other side of that decision to punt from Mitch Carricker, knowing with 2 strikes that you let your guys swing in for the fences. And Ryan McKay finishes 3rd in the Cape League in average, and that's with a very difficult stretch at the end of the season roped in there as well. It's a sign of respect to the kind of hitter McKay is. Just a bit late to that one.
McKay, the only Hyannis Harbor Hawk right now with a season-long average in the 300s. Camacho swats the first pitch into left field. Cal Sefcik underneath it makes the catch. And 2 quick outs after Prince and Jace Doby start the inning with back-to-back singles.
And deja vu for Matt Shorey. This is what he's done so well. He's had the benefit of a couple first pitch outs like he got right there, stretching into his 4th inning of work. And you look at the scorecard, and after any sort of damage, the outs come quick and often for the lefty.
Brings up the hard-hitting Dayton LaChance, who has struggled in this ball game. 0-for-2 with a pop fly and then a weak ground ball over to Braden Holcomb, the third baseman. First pitch. Changeup outside for ball 1. LaChance has put together a really good stretch of 4 games to end his regular season. On a 4-game hit streak, 2 multi-hit performances over the 4 games. And a huge performance against these Braves not too long ago. Pulled down the third baseline foul. Another off-speed pitch, and he was just out ahead of it. Against the Braves, LaChance went 3 for 4 with a double and RBI, and he also crossed home plate. One of 2 games against the Braves where he's had a phenomenal performance. He is 8 for 13 against the Braves in the season-long series. Shorey's 1-1. Fastball up and away for ball 2.
And the surprising part is that he struggled against a team that he is absolutely dominated, to be frank, this year. 7 of his last 7 against Bourne coming into the day. He's just, Shorey's beating him, quite frankly.
Shorey doesn't necessarily have the fastest stuff, but he's got a lot of good movement and creates weak ground balls. LaChance, this was not a weak ground ball, roped into left field, and it's down. Around comes Owen Prince. Jace Doby gets the wave around third. Hyannis trying for 2. Doby just out of the way of the tag, and Hyannis strikes first in the top of the 5th inning.
Case in point, there's the Dayton LaChance you know and love against the Bourne Braves. 2 home runs in his last big game against Orleans. And you can hear off the crack of the bat for some of those foul balls just how hard he hits it. This one is roped down the third base line, bounces all the way into the corner by the foul pole, and an easy send for Mitch Carriker.
Dayton LaChance with yet another double as Schaffner shows bunt, pulls back, takes a fastball in the low part of the zone for strike 1. LaChance with 4 doubles against these Braves coming into the ball game. He just got his 5th. Something about Bourne just speaks to the tall right-hander. Schaffner takes a slider right down Broadway for strike 2. Schaffner going all the way back to his last appearance, which was when he suffered the injury at Falmouth on the 24th of June. He's got a 3-game on-base streak going. No hits over his last 2 games, 0 for his last 4. Now make it 0 for his last 6. Ground ball, Iquez makes it 0 for his last 7.
And even when, Graham, he has failed to get on base, doesn't strike out a ton. It's ground ball contact, fly out contact, and sometimes some overzealous swings from Jake Schaffner. But he's been driving the ball very well since returning.
Jackson Willets 1 for 1 on the day. Despite 3 plate appearances, he got hit by a pitch in the first inning, drew a walk back in the 4th. Makes contact with the first pitch in right center field, and that's the second base hit of the ball game for Jackson Willets.
Feels like he's in a groove, Graham. This piece of hitting indicative of just that. Jumps on the first ball, breaking ball in the outer corner. Tip of the bat, some real strength from Jackson Willets to deposit it in the right center field alley. And we mentioned this before the game, but if he's, his walks are a bit down, but if he's swinging the bat like this and has the discipline at the plate that we've seen from him so far this year, look out.
Andrew Williamson takes a ball. Williamson 3 for 3. He's a triple away from the cycle. 2-run blast back in the 3rd. Gave Hyannis an early lead. It was a 5-run 3rd inning, featuring another home run from catcher Brody Briggs. Check over at the runner, and Willets is well safe.
We've seen 1 triple at McKeon Park so far this year. Oddly enough, Gabe Camacho's got a triple here at home and on the road. Deposits one into that left field corner if my memory serves. That's probably the only spot on either side that you'd be able to get triple distance.
Second check on Willets. Williamson had a team-best 4 triples at UCF in 2025. Went along with a team-best 13 home runs and 53 RBIs. And he doesn't just have power. He's got a phenomenal eye. 34 walks for UCF this last season. Was also best on the team. Had a team-high 448 on-base percentage with a second-best 352 batting average. He shows bunt, but takes a strike. Through 14 games at UCF this past season, he had a 400 flat average with 20 RBIs, 5 home runs, and 6 doubles. Through 14 games with Hyannis, a lower 2.22 average with 8 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 2 home runs. The 1-2. Taken strike 3. 2 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. Willets still over at first base.
What a at-bat, or rather, what a count for Cole Schreiber. With the hottest hitter in the high-end order, Andrew Williamson at the plate. That convolutes pitch decisions, towards the center of the zone. Anywhere he can drive with a power-hitting lefty, he works it beautifully there for the K.
Check over at Willets again. The 3rd time that Schreiber has checked on Willets since he hit a single. Ray Velasquez up to the plate, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a sacrifice fly. He also popped out to first baseman O'Shaughnessy his first time up in the 1st. Rips the second pitch. It gets by the pitcher, but cleaned up by Luke Nixon. Willets gets a single, but it was a very quick bottom of the 6th inning. We're going to stay here, catch up with our sideline reporter Ava Fernandez.